Welcome back, everyone, to Total Nonstop Impact. Impact Talk for Impact fans right here on the YouTube and the Twitch and wherever you get your podcast audio worldwide, baby. To my left, your right, Mr. Front Row Bill is in the house. How you doing?
Doing good, J-Bone. It feels like I haven't talked to you in forever. So it's good to be back. It's been a busy last 2 weeks or so. A lot of wrestling, and it ain't going to slow down, but at least for Impact, it's going to slow down a little bit for the next, pretty much till No Surrender. So Vegas will be the next stop on the Impact tour. But it never slows down. Got a little farmers market wrestling this Saturday, so nice. We're doing that. And there's always something. But no, it's great to be back with the TNI fam. I haven't seen you since the Hard to Kill review from Atlanta.
This is true. You weren't in last week, were you?
No, because I was in mid travel to the Kissimmee tapings in Florida.
Oh, to Florida, yeah, and that's going to be the next stuff on TV, right?
Yes, because last week and this week, so next week will be the Florida tapings.
Right. Well, we even got a Bison in here.
Oh,
we got some other familiar faces in here, and we haven't seen in a while. Eli, Courtney, Terrence, Jeff. What is up, Armand? What's up, man?
And good to see Billy here, fellow Philadelphia chapter. Check it out.
Nice. We got bits from Rayline. Thank you very much.
Oh,
yes, you folks know that the bits, and you can sub on Twitch as well. I mean,
what you get. You get if you do bits or a super sticker. I'm back in the controls, J-Bone.
Oh,
you get a little thank you from the one and only
Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, we just hope that he's okay right now, because he was pretty banged up some weeks ago.
He was banged up.
Yeah.
Although I did see maybe some people posting on social media that he may have been enjoying some theme parks down in Florida. So I think the coach may be on the road to recovery.
Yeah, I saw him at he was at a Lakers gang with a couple of knockouts and the only Johnny Mundo.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Johnny Impact, for those wondering.
Johnny Impact. So I don't know if that's maybe a sign of things to come. We can only hope.
So far he's everywhere, but he's been, I guess, most consistently in MLW lately. But still, he's all over the place. He just got announced for that big lucha thing going on with a lot of Impact wrestlers. We can cover that in the news. I guess it's AAA showing doing that. But here, actually, we got some super stickers here, J-Bone. Bell's Boy.
Nice.
$10 super sticker. Good evening, gentlemen, from Impact Southern California chapter. Very nice. And hold on. Bell's Boy, you get it. Now, obviously, for some of these super stickers, we will take requests if you're familiar with the TNI soundbite library. But until then.
Impact Wrestling!
There you go.
Well, we also got one from Billy here from the Philadelphia
Billy with
chapter.
A super sticker.
Thank you again,
Billy.
And you're getting
Impact Wrestling.
You get some coach. All right. Well, should we jump into some news? We got a few things to cover.
We do got a few things to cover. So, let's not waste any more time. And the people have been waiting for it, J-Bone. We got to give them what they want. And that's a little J-Bone's news.
Jiminy Christmas.
And now, the return of J-Bone's news.
Searching for my fake wrestling news.
We got some people in the chat talking about the World Cup. We'll get to the World Cup in a minute. I want to cover something I covered over on that other little podcast I do called Smash This Podcast. There is an officially new signee in the roster for Impact Wrestling. and it's the one, the only, the Big Con of the
Ooh.
design. He has signed the dotted line, and he'll be around for the next few years. So that is great to see. That is something that I've been wanting to see for a while. I'm digging what the design's doing, and Big Con is going to be a big part of that. So
yeah, you can't go wrong. Impact, how they use big guys, like they're a throwback Impact with this, because you look what's becoming more prevalent in wrestling. Smaller guys, high flyers, which serves its place and all, but Impact, they go old school. They have a mix, obviously, but they got some big dudes. And obviously, by losing Morrissey and then obviously Joe Doring's health issues, to have another big guy like Khan be able to join the roster and be another big man to compete is definitely something I think was needed. And obviously, you're seeing what's going on with the design, and I think we're just seeing the tip of the iceberg on what's going on with them.
Oh yeah, and I'm excited for Diener to be in this position, and I've been saying this for years. A lot of people just kind of looked at him as like a joke act. He's a veteran. People forget like how long he's been around. He's a good veteran. He's also a very good guy in general, and so it's always good to have guys like that on your roster. That it's one thing to do something on TV and pardon the pun, make an impact, but it's another thing to be a big part of your community and to have Diener doing that. And he's been doing that for a while now, and he's making it an even bigger part of his career right now. So I see big things coming for him in the company, and Big Con's going to be right along his side. So I'm pretty happy about that. I haven't heard anything else. I've been hearing little things about Kevin Knight that we've seen on TV tonight.
Yeah, we saw him tonight on tonight's episode.
And he's scheduled for next week's episode. I don't know if he's steadily with New Japan, still part of their dojo system and just touring the New Japan Strong brand, even though I heard that the New Japan Strong brand is going to be kind of like reworked now because that was kind of a pandemic thing, but they've been
obviously with the Guns as the tag champions for New Japan Strong and Impact, it kind of makes sense. They were obviously in the Japan tournament with Ace and Bay, so to get them a little bit more, just like when we had Aussie Open doing their run in Impact, I think it does make sense to have a team also. Like for them to be to hold those belts on TV, you should have some more competition from that promotion that can be seen on TV. Because I know also obviously the Guns are working there as well.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Kevin Knight, what that guy's got some serious ups, J-Bone.
Oh my God, the ups on him.
He's got air.
I saw a few GIFs getting shared in the TNI Discord. By the way, that invite is still in the description of the video.
Got to be in the Discord.
Yeah, jump in the Discord. There's always something going on there. People talking about it. It's not always Impact Wrestling. It's just wrestling in general. Bunch of different pages on there. Heck, you can even share, big bowls of food, if that's still a thing. You can still do that. So yeah, but yeah, nonetheless, great to see Kevin Knight. He's a welcome addition to the roster, no matter how long he sticks around, And Kushida's making his rounds. He was just on AEW last week against Darby Allin. Whew, what a banger! But we won't talk about that too much. I don't want to ruffle the feathers of the Impact fans here.
You're a feather ruffler, J-Bone.
Just don't call me a fluffer. All right. That's something else completely different. Jiminy Christmas. All right.
Kid show, J-Bone. Kid show.
Oh, yes. PG. Kid show. Let's talk about this World Cup. I'm not going to go through like all the teams that I saw online, but there's a men's and women's World Cup that's going on in AAA in March, I believe.
I believe so. I don't have the dates in front of me. I can find that while you're going over some highlights real quick, J-Bone.
One of the women women's teams that got announced, I believe. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Camille from the NWA, Jordan Grace.
Yeah, I believe
and
somebody posted it in the chat a second ago.
Is it Deonna Purrazzo?
And Deonna, correct. Yeah, Terrence Sullivan. Team USA with Deonna, Jordan Grace, and Camille.
There we go. That's a hell of a team.
That's one heck of a team. Yeah, that's.
Oh my goodness. My goodness. Daniel Spencer, friend of the show, in the chat. Daniel Spencer, just wanted to let you know you're on my wall.
Oh, made the wall.
You made the wall of the bone. I got the 16 by 20 back here. It's got me and Trent, me and Bill fighting over the tag title. You're trying to break us up. Me and you.
With Daniel Spencer.
Yes, Daniel Spencer and me with the X Division title, and then me and, well, sadly they're not with the company anymore, but Honor No More had to make the picture as well because that was a great moment. So yeah, there you go. Daniel Spencer made the wall. So that's been something I've been meaning to get done for a long time. It finally got done a few days ago. I'm going to get a nice little frame around it too. It'll get hung up for now.
March 19th, that tournament begins.
Oh, March 19th as well. Okay. And that's a lot of teams for that World Cup. I wonder if that's going to be
a lot. Yeah. And speaking of this World Cup, let us know in the chat. Do you think Impact should bring back the Super X Cup?
Oh, I'd love to see that. Yeah, because there hasn't been one in, 5 years?
It's been a little while. I remember at the last one, if you look for footage of it, you'll see that was a Florida taping where Trent made an appearance, and we're in the audience together. We're next to each other.
Yes. Yeah, and who else would? I mean, WWE's Wes Lee, the former.
Yes, he was, and one of your favorites, J-Bud.
And
that had that infamous Sammy Guevara.
Yeah, Sammy Guevara was a part of that too. I was crossing my fingers for Impact to sign Sammy Guevara back then. Still one of my favorites. Bit of a controversial one, that Sammy Guevara, but that's okay. I still love him.
And Critical's thing is right. They did do a version of it at Genesis during that, where they had a couple guys there, but not as many, I would say, as they did during kind of like the one night only theme.
2021 is that was just a giant blur. So it's a miracle any of us got through the great panini. But yeah, one other World Cup team that I wanted to talk about that I'm so ecstatic for is Team Canada.
Yeah, of course.
You got Impact Wrestling's Josh Alexander, PCO, led by the legendary Vampiro.
I knew you were going to love that team, David.
Oh, man.
That's a hell of a team. Team Canada is dangerous.
I'm sad I missed him when he came to Blizzard Brawl. That was right before Christmas. But I'm hoping good old David Hero brings Vampiro back to Wisconsin someday. So, but yeah, some great teams. Terrence Sullivan with the super chat. We're going to throw that up there, Bill.
Yep, I will throw it. Regional Atlanta TNI. I like it. Everyone's going with the regional TNI chapters today.
Nice. Hey, you know what? That's awesome, because you know what that is? It's all a part of the hashtag TNI fam.
It is. And
it's amazing.
Impact Wrestling!
There you go. A little coach for you there. Yeah, PCO was in the Quebecers. Jiminy Christmas. He goes back a bit. And if you follow him on the old Instanet, he's actually been posting lately from the Impact tapings, and just how happy he is. It's great to see a veteran like that happy with what he's doing. you know?
Mm-hmm.
So we saw him tonight. We'll get to that in a little bit. I don't know if Mayor's in here. He apparently had some big news, some breaking news to drop. I don't know. I don't see Mayor in here. So apparently I'm missing out on some kind of news. Is there any other news that you had that you wanted to?
Well, we talked about it beforehand, but there is the Chicago season pass.
Oh yeah, we didn't get to that, did we?
No, we did not.
I am sorry. So yeah,
and just to correct before we get into that, J-Bone.
Okay.
Obviously, with the Super X Cup, I know there was the one discussed, but with fans, there hasn't been a Super X Cup with fans since the Florida days.
Oh yeah.
Because that was obviously the Skyway days. So.
Oh yes, the good old Skyway days.
The Skyway.
And all right, so let's talk about that season pass. Now, does that go on? No,
It goes on sale tomorrow.
It goes on sale tomorrow.
And it's time limited. 2 weeks only. It won't be for sale after 2 weeks, the season pass.
All right, so let me see if I can put a visual. Oh, I do not. Wait, maybe I do. No, I do not have a visual. All right. So I'll just read off of off of this big. Here we go. All right. Well, I'll do. You know what I'll do, Bill? I'll do a little share screen.
Share screen or Rooney.
Share.
I was about to bring it up on my phone.
There we go. All right, so they just announced this season pass for Chi-Town, Cicero Stadium. Hey, that sounds familiar, Bill. I think we were there last year.
I think we were.
Season pass, the first one is Spring Slugfest. I love that. April 28th and 29th. Hey, that's just days after my birthday.
Oh, a late happy birthday for J-Bone.
There you go. So that'll be like a birthday weekend. And then after that, now I'm not sure if there's any special, like.
It feels like TV for the first two.
Well,
no
I know it's
live.
gonna be. Okay, so
it's getting Bound for Glory
this is true
for October. So
this
I think you can do just TV.
And they're spaced out nicely here.
They are.
That's a good thing. So we got April Slugfest, then we got Chicago Heat during the summer, July 28th and 29th. And that's your birthday. When is your birthday?
July 28th.
28th.
After all these years, J-Bone, it will be actually the first time ever my birthday I will be at an Impact Wrestling show.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
On my
That's
birthday.
pretty cool.
First time ever.
They better. I'll talk to old Santino Morella, and we'll get you an ice cream cake straight out of Chi-Town. And then last but certainly not least, we got the 2 dates for Bound for Glory and then the Fallout for Bound for Glory, October 21st and 22nd. Season pass available Friday, January 27th. That's tomorrow. More info coming to impactwrestling.com. Follow the socials for notifications and such. So, but yeah, so, and honestly, we talk a couple price points here. Just to give fans a little heads up here, what we're looking at. You can get, like, we'll just say like a bleacher seat. Okay. You can get a bleacher seat for as low for all these shows. That's 6 shows for as low as $50. That's a steal, folks. That's an absolute steal, considering bleacher seats for most shows go for $20-25 at any other show. You're getting all of them for $50. Now the high price point if you want to do titanium for all of them, I believe it's $500. And that's still a really good deal. There's some of the price points there. So yeah, 50 to 100 titanium's 500. Front row without the titanium package for all the shows only still $200.
Can't beat that.
Golden circle. Now, what's the golden circle?
I believe that is not front row, but those couple rows, like second, third, those premium seats, not front row.
Okay.
So the best seats in the house after front row.
Gotcha. So you're still
on the floor. Yeah, on the floor, like within those couple rows.
Okay.
If you act fast, second row.
So in Chicago, I'm trying to remember like how many rows were on the floor. I know the bleachers were packed. There was
well, looking, I can tell you right now, it goes on two sides, the sides we sat on, 3 rows back on the floor. Entrance ramp, it goes 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks like about 10 rows. And then on the opposite side, same, about 10 rows. And then there's some corner sections that are 2 rows deep. And obviously a lot of bleachers. So if you want a seat, this is definitely the best method to do it.
Oh, here. Okay, so here's the news that I think Mayor is talking about. J-Bone Bill, everyone in the chat, someone will be busy this weekend down in Texas. Any guesses who I'm talking about? Is the Impact Knockouts World Champion going to make another appearance?
Oh, what's in we talking the Rumble.
Yeah.
That's in Texas.
That's Saturday night.
It's funny. I was at the Raw 30 on Monday in Philly.
How was it?
It was a decent time for what it is. Obviously, it's a lot of promos and not matches. So if you're a match person, but honestly, and I know it's contradictory. I know a lot of the current wrestling fans aren't going to like this take, but you look at the ratings and you look at what I took away from the live audience and Dave, who was with me, took away.
Yeah. Dave was with you?
Oh, yeah. What did we enjoy the most? What did the fans enjoy the most? All the legends.
Oh,
like
sure.
When Real American kicked in, we were up going nuts. Oh. When American Badass kicked in, going nuts. That's what people want.
School fan, you can't help that.
Yeah. Man. And like if they do it once a year, that gets you your pop. Honestly, like Impact. Same thing. Bring back big names here and there. That's wrestling. That's like your little indie promotion that might bring Tito Santana or something. Like they bring a name that would get an attraction and then everybody else is there. But that's what it is.
So yeah, there's some rumors as far as who's going to be appearing at the Royal Rumble. I wouldn't, I mean, there was only what I heard something on the Observer Live today. There's 50 plus women on the WWE's roster right now. Only 7 got announced for the Rumble. So I imagine they're going to have a decent amount of surprises.
Possibly Chelsea Green.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a few returns. I'm sure Chelsea Green is going to make her return. On the opposite spectrum, I wouldn't mind seeing EY return. We'll see. But yeah, Mickie James, I could certainly see her showing up there.
That'd be cool. She came out once again with the Impact Knockouts world title. That'd be very cool.
And she did. And look, I know Vinnie Mac is back, and we'll get off the WWE stuff here in a second. You have to excuse us. I know Vinnie Mac is back, but Trips is still, running the show per se. If there's a chance that Mickie James now more than ever is going to come down with that belt, it's going to be now, because what she did was that last year. I think that blew a lot of people's minds, and I think they even mentioned the title. I'm not sure, but
Oh yeah, she came out with it. They put a graphic up, so yeah, they definitely did.
So, Mayor says, Bill, you're getting warmer. So you said Chelsea Green. I said Mickie James. I don't know who else then.
My guess is it might be maybe inferring somebody else from Impact that might be appearing at that show. Well, based on tonight, there could be rumblings about a certain flavor.
Oh, are you talking about Tasha Steelz?
Well, what would you take away from that segment?
The only thing I took away from it is that Tasha Steelz was going to be stepping away from the situation that she's been in a team with Savannah Evans.
And that's what Gia put out there, but then
that's
it didn't seem like Tasha specifically addressed that. She just said, like, everything. I don't know.
Yeah, and usually, okay, so last time something like that happened on Impact, EY got...
It was...
Muerte. EY got literally, he shanked. Dino shanked a bitch.
Yeah, then there's...
So...
Oh, they might be referring to the men's rumble here because that's what Sting's pointing out. And we'll get to that song later.
Everybody online thinks Edge is getting one of his bitches back. We'll get to that song.
There is one that's been re-signed by Impact and one that's never had a contract. So he can always show up anywhere he wants.
So Matt Cardona's been doing his own thing for the last few years.
Well, that's what it seems. It seems like he would still. Well. That's what he wants to do.
Plus, he's even trying to trademark his old WWE name. Now, I haven't heard any news on that beyond that. So yeah, it might be. Who knows? Might be Mickie James. Might be Chelsea. Might be Matt Cardona. Who knows?
You never know.
But I'll certainly be watching that this weekend, and I'll be reviewing that over in that other little podcast called Smash This Podcast. You can join me over there. Rayline says Heath. I don't know. I thought he was signed, but I
thought they re-signed Heath recently within the last 6 months.
Yeah, they've been pretty straight up as far as who they're re-signing and extending contracts.
And I know someone else mentioned, I believe it was also announced that another person we see on tonight's Impact, Sheldon Jean, is also signed to Impact. I believe somebody put that out there. I think it was confirmed.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, see, now that's TJ Warner. So during the live reaction, we'll get back to Sheldon in a second. TJ Warner was in the no, not Sheldon Cooper. Jiminy Christmas. Not Sheldon Cooper. When the Edge's Bitch song was playing and the crowd went nuts, TJ Warner was in the live reaction. He found the clip on Twitter and shared it with Edge, and he said it's up to almost 30,000 views right now.
Really?
Yeah. So Edge is surely to see that at some point tonight, and hopefully he gets a kick out of that. So thank you, TJ, for sharing that. That's great of you to do that. So Sheldon, all right, so who, and that was the guy that went up against, where is it here? Jonathan Gresham. Sheldon Jean?
Yeah, it was Keith here that was saying about that. I don't know if it was reported out there a lot, but I did see somebody did report that. Keith, you probably saw the same thing I did.
Oh, so, hey, more new faces. Fresh faces.
He's a big guy. He's a pretty big guy himself. So,
and if it's someone that I'm guessing Jonathan Gresham brought in because
no, shockingly enough, no.
Oh,
he's
really?
a City guy. He's Canadian.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I thought they said he was from Atlanta.
No, now you might be thinking of the guy that was on the BTI match.
Oh no, I think Jonathan Gresham is actually from Atlanta.
Atlanta, yeah. Gresham's Atlanta.
He okay, yeah. Gresham's from Atlanta. Okay, that's what I was confusing it with. Okay. So hey, yeah, more fresh faces on Impact Wrestling, not a bad thing. Kevin Knight is also from Atlanta by way of the LA Dojo. Okay. So, well, nonetheless, hey, welcome Sheldon Jean to Impact Wrestling then. And we'll try to keep up with the news on that and make sure that's confirmed. I don't want to spread fake news or anything, but we'll look into that more in the weeks to come. So, actually, you know what? Let me quick look at the old roster page on because they sometimes update those pretty quickly. Come on, internet. Here we go. By the way, I gotta say, I love that pic of Trey Miguel holding the X Division title. That's all tagged up on the site.
Yeah.
Good stuff there. Good stuff. Yeah, this is certainly a little more updated. Still got an older picture of Bully Ray on there. They gotta update that shit. Now they got an older picture of Chris Bay. That's interesting. Yeah, they gotta update a few of these pictures. They still got Delirious on there, which is kind of funny. But he's more of a backstage guy now, right?
Yeah, but he's been wrestling a fair amount.
He is, yeah. New pick of Jordan Grace on there. Great to see.
Basil's keeping busy.
Yeah, right? Always got those new picks. Yeah, they got to update a few of these, but some of these are new. Great new pick of Rosemary on there. There's Santino Morella. Oh, that's a great pick of him. That is a great pick. I'm not seeing. They got Yuya Uemura. I'm not seeing this Sheldon Jean. But like I said, we'll keep an eye on that in the days and weeks to come.
All right, and just I believe the one that put it out there about I'm trying to see where the report came from. I believe Lewis Carlin, I think, put it out there that he was signed. And he is up in Canada, so there might be some of the more maybe local media up there that may have said it, or maybe he confirmed it via some kind of post. So we'll try to get that confirmed in the future.
Lewis Carlin's pretty good about that. He does, and he follows a lot of like inside stuff from that, like behind a paywall from like Fightful or one of those. So he's I'll give him props. That he usually gets that stuff out there pretty good. All right. I think that's pretty much it for news. Shall we jump into the episode?
Let's dive into it, Jacob.
Diving in. All right. Off the top rope or high dive or whatever the hell. All right. So we start out here. This was a tremendous way to start this episode. 73 years old, Bill. Mike Jackson going for the X Division Championship.
Action, Mike Jackson.
Not to be confused with Action Andretti on another brand. Hey, he might be the great grandkid. I kid. So we haven't seen Mike Jackson in a while. It's been a couple of years? I think last time we saw him, he was
showed up
70?
at those Atlanta tapings pre-pandemic. He was at those. I believe he was actually the last singles victory by Johnny Swinger. Johnny Swinger actually defeated Mike Jackson. So you got to go pretty far back. But yeah, and then Sting, he was on the pre-show, not a singles match, but yeah, he was in that multi-man match.
Yeah. Yeah, that was for the
This set of tapings was our first return to Action Mike Jackson, which was good to see.
MVP here says the real action is Action Andretti. Yeah,
oh, come on. There's no better action than Mike Jackson. Old school.
Old school Mike Jackson. Yeah, just a few generations apart, but both very fun to watch. Trey Miguel did not take it lightly on Mike Jackson tonight. Obviously, you watch a guy who's in his 70s, and it's like
Ric Flair wishes he could do what Mike Jackson was doing in the ring.
Did you see the first thing I noticed? My God, he is jacked. He's got bigger muscles than me. I couldn't believe it.
Dude kept himself in shape, man.
I need to start working out, man.
Bonus baby, he's got it right. Best Jackson in the biz.
Best Jackson in the biz, right? So yeah, this was fun. What did you think about Trey going up against Mike Jackson?
Oh, this was a ride. I was pumped to see Mike Jackson getting this X Division title shot. Good way to start the show, and good platform for Mike. Because now people are gonna be like, "Who's this Mike Jackson? Who's this older guy that got this title shot on Impact Wrestling TV?"
Yeah.
It's gonna get him some more pub and hopefully get some more bookings on the indies and stuff. So he's a fun gimmick. He's a fun gimmick.
Right.
And I don't know about you, J-Bone, but I enjoy a fun gimmick.
Yeah, and like you saw what he did at the pay-per-view on the pre-show with all the X Division guys. My God. He did a tope through the ropes.
Yeah, like he'll do that. He does obviously the old school walk around the ring ropes.
Yeah.
And you see it, he can take it. Like he'll take hard chops. Like there's no let up in him.
Yeah, it's like you got to think that this guy doesn't have much left in him, but he's in great shape for his age. It's unbelievable, you know.
Oh, I do. You know what? This is definitely. Yeah, we got to get this right. The former Alabama junior heavyweight champion, Action Mike Jackson.
Jackson. Thank you, Terrence.
Very good,
yes.
Terrence. Very good.
Yes, if anybody knows, it's Terrence. Yes. Was Terrence at the tapings with you?
Terrence was at Hard to Kill, but he couldn't make the tapings.
Okay. Did you run into him?
No, he got there because on Hard to Kill night, I got there just as they were taping like the early matches. I didn't get there before, like when doors opened. I got there because I was stuck in traffic and then getting
good old
parking.
traffic.
So yeah, so I got in there. I didn't miss anything, but I didn't get in there in time to see anybody ahead of time. Yeah. Oh, here we got another super sticker from Bell's Boy. Thank you, Bell's Boy.
There we go. We got some super chat.
I'm confused, guys. I thought Macklin's win over Rich Swann earned him the #1 contender spot, but yet Swann won the Golden 6-shooter match to become #1 contender. I'm confused. J-Bone, do you care to enlighten Bell's Boy on his confusion?
I think a lot of us are a little confused. Obviously,
Macklin sounds confused.
Well, he's more than confused. He's pissed because he even brought this up on the episode tonight, saying that, and well, I'll just mention it. Josh Alexander was having a little back and forth with Mean by God Gia Miller, and
yeah, like here, Critical Sting. I know is putting it here. That was not a stipulation in the match,
right?
But I think that's why obviously we get that backstage promo later where he says, "Why beat him?" Because that's the thing. It looks like Macklin is getting screwed because, and just like how we see Bully Ray in this episode too. It seems like there's some guys that have some, they have some good thinking here to be in this conversation. but they're not for whatever reason.
Right.
And
Right.
Macklin's been doing this for a while, been hinting that he wants a shot at the title, but yet he's not getting it.
So I think what the long play on this, the long story, is that they are going to plan something big between Macklin and Josh Alexander down the road. Macklin,
Yeah, it's just wonder, is it rebellion in Toronto? Is it
I
even farther out the Slammiversary?
I don't know, but it's
I don't
gotta
think they
be in
can
the
wait all the way to
plans.
Bound for Glory. It's got to be one of those two shows.
Yeah. It's got to happen. Macklin has proven himself and in the eyes of the fans, and whether you love him or hate him, I think you got to respect him. He came into this company with not a ton of eyes on him. Not a lot of people knew who he was because of his former situation, WWE. And like he was just waiting in the wings for the longest time. And now he is just knocking it out of the park. I mean, he is just plowing through people. Win or lose, he has become a staple on this roster and someone to be reckoned with. So that being said, it's got to happen. It's something they're going to build to. And the fact that he's not a part of this golden six, what's it called? The golden six shooter. It's I every time I hear golden six shooter in my head, I hear Santino Morales say golden six shooter.
Bobby Ray.
Bobby Ray. That's summon a gun. I love me some Santino. He's one of the best parts of this show right now. So yeah, the fact that Macklin was not chosen for this is going to be a bone of contention in this whole story with him and Josh Alexander. So yeah, it's going to be some good long-term storytelling. Just wait, folks. Just wait.
It is. Here, and then Billy here. It's an interesting question. Johnny Swinger, as mentioned earlier, last singles victory was over Lawrence D at Wrestle House. Not sure if that is canon or counts. That's a good question. Wrestle House matches. Are they like, does cage match count Wrestle House? Like, I wonder if they actually list them. So
I'd have to look, but I would think so.
If it is, the next Wrestle House or whatever they do should just be Johnny Swinger on the road in the Indies, winning his 50 matches to get a world title shot.
Oh my God, that'd be great.
Heard it here first. Just have Johnny Swinger like on the road, high school gyms, just eking out, like using the ropes to get wins every time. And then he gets to like 49-0, and the last match is a big thing on Impact TV. And bam, he's here. World title, #1 contender, Johnny Swinger.
Oh yeah, man. And people just like, what? He's like, I did it, Daddy. I did it.
Yeah. He goes one-on-one with Ziggy Dice, and Ziggy Dice just lays down and he does the finger poke of doom part 2.
Oh my God, it's got to happen. Then Santino comes down and goes, hold on.
No.
No. You will not lay down for him. No. Dear God. All right. Up next, we got Kushida and Kevin Knight, straight out of the LA dojo, from New Japan, versus the Good Hands, Skyler and Hotch.
Can you do the good hand there, J-Bone?
Is there a symbol here?
They have a little handshake, like a little.
I missed the handshake. I gotta look back at that. I'm sorry. So we spoke on Kevin Knight briefly. Excuse me. But what do you think of this match?
Oh no, this was good. I know. I think it was Billy said earlier that Kevin Knight. It's debatable, but that drop kick of his, he gets so much air on.
Oh,
Like he can do a drop kick with a guy on somebody's shoulders, like and reach him. That's a very elevated drop kick, and I am a fan of a standing drop kick. Moose does a fantastic one. Okada might be
I was just going to say Okada.
Moose and Okada might be the best in the game, and obviously the trailblazer of this move was one jumping Jim Bronzell of the Killer Bees. Obviously Kurt Hennig had a great one, but today, like Kevin Knight, very impressed. Once I see a drop kick like that, you've already got me. You got my interest.
Oh yeah. One thing that I did notice about Skyler and Hotch is they've got matching gear now. So that right there shows that this is a legit tag team now. And that's always great to see. No matter how long it lasts, they are, they're making it look like this is going to last a while. When you got matching gear, or at least matching colors, I'm liking this. I think, and I think I said this last week or the week before. You put a guy like Jason Hotch with a veteran like John Skyler, and you're just going to get great in-ring action, win or lose. Now they took the L here against the guys from New Japan, Kushida and Kevin Knight, but you still saw, if you go back and watch it, you saw some good in-ring chemistry from John Skyler and Jason Hotch, which is good to see. It's not like they're just fumbling around in the ring and, they're good hands, but they can't get it together. No, they're a formidable tag team in the ring. So
yeah, and you got to really look at this. Jason Hotch was the co-winner of the last Gut Check.
Right.
And look how much he's been on TV already.
Yeah.
Like they noticed something, and when I saw Jason Hotch first kind of land on Impact, and he was getting his first chances in some like matches for like BTI type stuff, and he was in the ring, like when he was like coming out after the match, I'm like, dude, you're killing it. And obviously Impact management, John Bravo and all that was involved at Gut Check, they realized this Jason Hotch, he's pretty good. And then obviously, if you go all the way back to IPWF, you've seen him do some stuff there already. So you can see he's being fast tracked in a way in the company. So the good hands, it's a good way to, once again, get him on television, get him in angles. He's in an angle with Bully Ray and the world champion. That's nothing to sneeze at. Now for this quick, who knows like where he is in 2 years in this company.
Right. No matter how long a veteran like Bully Ray sticks around, which you kind of got to wonder what's next for Bully Ray, because I know one of these segments, and I'm just going to bounce around here a little bit, forgive me, when he interrupts David LaGreca and Santino and saying, Bully, like, well, why is he not in that golden 6 shooter, And
honestly, I had the same thing. When they announced David Penzer at the show, said there's going to be a match with all former world champions.
Right.
He didn't say at the time who was in it.
Yeah.
So, but my assumption was Bully Ray was going to be in that match.
Yeah.
So I was just as surprised as Bully Ray.
Yeah. So,
but Bully Ray loves the Milan Miracle, Jay.
Yeah. The Milan Miracle. Yeah. That was that was when he first showed up in the WWF, right?
Yeah, that's when he was a fan and won the Intercontinental title.
Yeah, I remember that. I watched that live. Yeah, that was fun. That was That's like, who is this guy? I don't think anybody knew.
Who knows, J-Bone? Maybe I'll be able to do that in Windsor or something.
Oh, that'd be something. Well, you've been around the world with Impact Wrestling. My God, they got to just let it happen one of these days.
Well, who knows? Maybe when they go to the UK, that'll be something. When it'll wind up being whoever was there from British Boot Camp.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. But yeah, so yeah, why Bully Ray wasn't in this? That's obviously going to be something that Bully Ray is going to have to deal with. Is he going to get his boys, the Good Hands, in on something in the future? Are they going to mess with Swann?
Is he going to mess with Santino?
Well, that too. Just because there are some people that are itching to get at that number one spot, I would love to see Macklin and Bully Ray go at it. Did we already get that or no?
Did we get that briefly after Bound for Glory? I don't think so.
Maybe we did. I forget.
We may have got it in 1 week.
You watch so much stuff, you just forget. All right. Jordan Grace in the back with Mickie James and Jordan Grace giving Mickie James a little bit of attitude. And, Mickie James is trying to be so condescending and basically Jordan Grace just telling Mickie James, look, just keep that warm for me because I'm coming back for that. I got a rematch coming.
She's got the rematch.
Yeah. So no matter what happens with Slamovich in a month was it No Surrender?
No Surrender in Vegas. But she did also point out that I know a lot of people are making the inference that Mickie tapped during that match at Hard to Kill.
Yeah, that's okay. So that's funny you bring that up.
So she was giving credence by mentioning it because that was kind of said. It's like, wait, did she just tap right there? But now it's like Jordan's using that line on Impact. So it's interesting to see if they keep going there.
It's hilarious that was brought up because when we had we had Mark and Truck on last week on the show with Alicia and myself, and Truck was just adamant that Mickie James is just a paper champ because she tapped out. And we were like, what? And then, the more you think about it, it's like, yeah. You see old school footage where you see someone in a submission and they start just pounding because they're in so much pain. And it's like, oh, they tapped. And so people got to be really careful with that now. It's like, you can't do certain things when you
can't move your head.
Yeah, right. You can't slam your hand. If anything, slam your fist on the, don't, open palm the, because then it looks like you're tapping. So yeah, it just but anyways. Braveheart. All right, so Mickie James and Jordan Grace definitely gonna get a rematch down the road. Death Dollz, this was a lot of fun. Death Dollz represented by Taya and JesSICKa and Rosemary with a fresh new coat on. Oh my goodness.
Because I'm sick.
Yeah, it was absolutely sick. Versus Giselle Shaw out there with Vidal and someone we haven't seen in the ring in a long time. Now, granted, she was at Hard to Kill. She was all over that with Mickie James, but I don't think anybody expected to see her in the ring. We got the return of Tara.
Yeah, I think technically she was retired. So to see her come back in an Impact ring was great to see. Big Tara fan. So that was very cool to see, because obviously we see Giselle go through this litany of tag partners lately. But when first Giselle came out, I'm like, well, who's going to be her partner now? Because we didn't have any clue like there was a mystery tag partner. We just are like, all right, who's going to be our partner this time? And then you see the Tara graphic. It's like, whoa.
Yeah. And she's still in great shape. Now, I know her knee's been, troubling her over the years. She's still had the leg brace on. But for the time that she was in a ring, she pulled off her finisher just fine. We didn't really get a solid tag with her in the ring and, running the ropes or anything, which is fine. It's understandable if she's not up for it, but she still looked great out there.
No, and that was a great little nod to Tara. And who knows? Maybe that gets in her head and she's like, you know what? I want to work to get back at this again. You never know in wrestling.
You never know. You never say never. Unless you do say never.
It happens occasionally.
Right.
Yes, and I think this was the same, just like the fans. Y'all noticed JesSICKa and Taya marking out? Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Taya had the biggest smile on her face when she was in the ring with her. Before the match started. And the crowd was all about Tara. They wanted to see her in the ring so bad. And Giselle played a great heel here. Just ticking off the crowd, not tagging her in.
Yeah.
And it almost felt like the Death Dolls had a new sort of charisma here, too.
It seems like they're slightly evolving, the Death Dolls. Like they're becoming more and more, do I want to say punk?
It's just
it's punk grunge.
It's gelling.
Yeah.
It's gelling, because there was that little time when, they were like, I don't know about JesSICKa. Like, what's going on with her?
It seems like they're on the same page now.
Yeah, like she's really gelling with everyone. They even, if you blinked, you missed it. But I didn't catch what led up to this. But this was kind of a moment where Taya was in the ring, and I think JesSICKa was waiting for the hot tag, but she was so excited, and she was on the apron eating popcorn.
Someone mentioned that in the chat area. Yeah, like the eating popcorn was great. If you've noticed, Impact has had a lot of great moments over the last year or so involving popcorn.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Kenny King eating popcorn at ringside.
Right.
Then you go back, with Tasha and Tasha and Kiera at the time. When there was no fans eating popcorn.
Yeah.
They make good use of popcorn.
Right. And JesSICKa is just, and you and I saw kind of like the full inception of that in Chicago. That was like the real big, all right, here we go. This is the new character. Yeah. It was
Battle Jacket.
Oh, there was, just all these new little things that felt like, all right, we're warming up here. This is a thing now, and now it's evolved into this, and it's just so much fun. It's like, there's like the Undead Realm stuff is still like lingering out there, but this is so much fun. I don't even care about if something evolves into something else sooner rather than later. We'll see, but yeah, this was just a lot of fun. Death Dolls win. And one thing I had to go back and look is I didn't even realize that the tag titles were on the line.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah. So, Tara gets Giselle back for all the disrespect, gives her the widow's peak. Crowd just popped huge for this. What's your opinion on the crowd? What'd you think of the crowd during these tapings?
No, I thought the crowd did a great job. It was a hot crowd. I think a lot of people obviously were there both nights for the pay-per-view, and that's always a worry you have if you have a pay-per-view, and then the night after you might lose a lot of people. Definitely the Friday, Saturday is working well for them at a lot of these venues where it's a weekend, easy for people to go out. And then center stage, like it's not the biggest venue. It is a tight venue. But like you can fill that up. Like that's not a crazy number or anything like that. It's probably, man, I don't know, maybe near 500 people or so, I'm guessing, is what that place holds. It's just, and the way it's set up is kind of perfect for TV. So
it is.
But it's, and once again, since it's all kind of people being raised up in the stands, they're all going down on the action. So it's a good way to get like the crowd is like on top of you, which you don't see a lot. And here you even notice like watching it back on TV, the camera obviously is a little different view of the ring than normally the hard cam, because you're actually like you're going more into the ring than level with the ring. So that, and you with the crowd, you're kind of feeling that. But I thought the crowd was pretty much just like at the pay-per-view, was a hot crowd into it. Definitely did well. And obviously they've already committed to going back there in June. So Atlanta's will be back in the rotation and well-deserved. Because I'll admit, I was a little harsh on Atlanta at the last set of tapings.
Yeah.
But it was a bad weekend. It was a holiday weekend. It was, I think, when they were still doing the other not Friday, Saturday. I think it was Saturday, Sunday. So this worked better.
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt.
Oh, yeah. So we're about an hour into this. This is a great time to take just a tiny break and remind you folks, if you're digging the content, make sure you're smashing that like button, smashing that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Bill, how about a word about our sponsor?
Oh, do you want to get an official word about our sponsor, or do you want us? So. All right, we'll give an official one featuring. Well, what does Moose?
Because I like scumbags.
Oh, it's our own favorite scumbag, Bill.
Our favorite scumbag.
I'm here to tell you people about Manscaped. See, when you're a card-carrying member of the Peanut Club, presentation is everything. In my opinion, with a clean shave, you can turn that cocktail frank into bun length. That's right, folks. Kiss your Vienna sausage goodbye and upgrade your grooming habits with Manscaped. And guess what, folks? We got a special deal for the TNI fam. Get 20% off and free shipping when you use our promo code TNI at manscaped.com. That's right, folks. 20% off and free shipping when you use our promo code TNI at manscaped.com. Unlock your confidence and always use the right tools for the job with Manscaped.
There you go. Thank you,
now,
Kyle.
J-Bone, do you know what I'm thinking? We had a missed opportunity here.
Uh-oh.
Well, the design. I know you're a big fan of the design. We kind of have the colors of the design all throughout we look like we themed tonight here, J-Bone.
Yeah.
But when they shaved Sami Callihan's head, they should have manscaped his head.
Oh, they should have. They should have. Absolutely. Yeah, in fact, I
missed
think
opportunity.
There's a new trimmer out there. I saw an ad for it somewhere online, but I believe Manscaped has a new trimmer. So, hey, whether you're, trimming it off the top or trimming up your facial hair or down below, hey, let me tell you, personal experience, not going to get graphic. All I'm going to say is cut down on the nicks tremendously. And if you're a man and you like to do a little Manscaped down there, that's the worst thing you're worried about is nicking something. Let me tell you.
You don't want to nick anything.
With the ceramic cutter that Manscaped has cuts down on that insanely. Since I bought it, I have not had one nick. So there you go. Whether it's on top or down below, get you some Manscaped. Great deal. Oh, one more thing of housekeeping that we got to take care of real quick before we jump into the rest of the episode tonight. On the Spreadshirt shop down below, today through the 30th, 20% off. Plenty of stuff in the shop. You know, it's still winter. I'll get yourself a new travel mug. There's stickers, there's tees, there's hoodies, pillows.
Pillows?
I'll keep it PG and we won't say that. Would you like a decorative pillow for your couch?
I like a good decorative pillow, J-Bone.
Hey, plenty of great designs. Some even by the one, the only One of the Dead. You've seen him on Twitter. He's done a lot of Impact tees. Does tremendous work. He's done plenty for us. So go check that out.
Is there like a life-size J-Bone pillow?
Oh, no,
not yet. Coming soon.
I don't think you could duplicate all this fluffiness. No. It's but you can get some of the great TNI designs on a pillow for yourself. There you go. 20% off today through the 30th. Go check it out below. Oh, pins,
well, you know what?
Stickers,
I'll tell you. I believe in this. We all believe it.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Hell yeah. We'll get to that. That's a great segment coming up. We got a bunch of segments here. We'll just quick go through these. Taylor Wilde. She's
my bowling partner.
She's going through her. What's that?
My bowling partner.
Your bowling partner, too. She's doing the I don't know. She's got her witchy ways. She's got her witchy ways, and I don't know all the mumbo jumbo of the witchy ways, but she has looked into the future, and apparently she's going to have another round with Killer Kelly.
Oh,
I can't wait for that because
I'm here for that.
They tore it up.
Two of my favorites.
They tore it up right before the pay-per-view, didn't they?
Maybe.
So if they brought that back, I'm not complaining one bit. Tara said that Tara and JesSICKa was in the YouTube Insiders chat tonight. Tremendous.
Very
That's
nice.
great to see. Great to see. Next, we got David LaGreca. We touched on this a little bit. It's talking to Santino Marella. Bully Ray interrupts.
Bobby Ray.
Bobby Ray. I think David LaGreca peed himself a little bit. Basically, told Bully Ray told David LaGreca, there we go, to back off so he could have a conversation with Santino Marella. And Bully Ray's taking it a little personal as far as him not being in that the Golden 6-shooter.
I'm not going to say he doesn't have a legitimate gripe here, J-Bo.
No.
Did he just lose at Hard to Kill? Yes. But was he a former world champion? Also, yes.
Yes. And it's also, because it was former world champions, and you, of course, you can't put Macklin in that same category. But as successful as Macklin has been, then if you take that little asterisk out of there, former world champion, then yeah, Macklin absolutely deserves it to be in there. So I'd say Macklin and Bully Ray, I agree. They do have legitimate gripes. So
come on, Dollz boy. That's another show. Come on.
That's another show on another channel like Skinamax or something. It sounds like something that that maybe someone else would have watched back in the
Which one's Jay?
way back in the day. Anyways, I never watched anything like that. I was a good boy. I was a good boy, Bill. I never watched any of that Skinemax stuff.
Okay, Jay.
I believe you're buying this?
I'm not. Is Mrs. J-Bo buying this?
She's sleeping. All right. Anyways,
you'll be on the Skinemax after this is over.
Oh man. So yeah, it's interesting to see two legitimate gripes, Bully Ray and Macklin, dealing with this, leading into this Golden Six shooter. I'm really curious. I mean, Macklin's obviously told the current champ that he's going to be waiting in the wings, and then Bully, I don't know what's next for him. We'll have to wait and see. But like I said, I wouldn't mind seeing these two somewhere, against each other down the road. I saw people saying in the chat that Macklin did not face Bully Ray. So hey, maybe after Josh faces Swann, whenever that is, No Surrender or whenever, we'll get those two facing each other for a number one contender. Who knows? We'll see.
Good.
No.
Well, the good news is, you see, they have the main event picture. It kind of can easily go definitely up through Rebellion, it looks like.
Oh,
if
yeah.
Not later.
There's plenty of stuff they can do. Absolutely.
All leading to Kenny Omega coming back later this year.
Courtney trying to throw us off here. She says, Jay White to enter the Royal Rumble, confirmed. JK. Well, we'll find out in 2 days. We'll find out in 2 days. Can't wait.
Great Muta returns.
Great Muta. He's
been retired for a week.
He changed his mind, just like Flair did. Gia Miller. Okay, so now we touched on this earlier, but now this is the part of the show where we get Gia Miller again backstage with Savannah Evans and Tasha Steelz. Gia Miller brings up to Tasha and Savannah that they've had a kind of a rough going lately, and they haven't been very successful. They've kind of hit a slump. Something's not gelling, and so Gia's always there with the tough questions, Bill. She asked Tasha, she's like, well, what's next? And Tasha just shakes her head and looks at Gia, looks at Savannah, and she's like, I'm not having any of this, and walks away. Just steps out of the interview, leaving Savannah out. Tasha's out, leaving Savannah Evans like, what? And Savannah Evans, not happy. Not happy.
Oh, yeah,
so,
she kind of agreed that they haven't been on the same page.
She did agree, but she didn't seem like she had a legitimate gripe with it. She seemed like she had the attitude of, yeah, things have been kind of sucking with us lately, But she wasn't the first person to be like, yeah, I'm done. Tasha was actually the first one to be like, I'm out of here. What do you think about all this, Bill?
I don't know. I know it's I think there was some different feelings here in the chat if that meant it's at the end of this tag team. But I don't know. Obviously she definitely could be referring to the tag team, or was she referring to more than the tag team? I don't know. It just seemed like, because it seemed like Gia was trying to get her to comment on the tag team, and Tasha was trying to go beyond the tag team. It felt like.
Bell's boy with the latest.
It's the Royal Fumble.
The Royal Fumble. Tasha Steelz to the Royal Fumble confirmed. Laughing on his side emoji. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, last time we saw something like this, PW Insider confirmed immediately following the show that EY was stepping away as soon as he was killed off of Impact Wrestling.
Yeah, well, Tasha was not killed off, at least. That's good.
No, but Chelsea Green walked away, and she said she was going to go home. Rumors swirling, of course, that she's going to be in Royal Rumble or that she is already signed with the WWE and is just waiting for her re-debut. Who knows? I have not heard anything.
Now, I'm just going to say this right now, J-Bone.
Okay.
Pull up Tasha Steele's Twitter account.
Oh boy.
It says the end. Peace. Hashtag to the capital N, small e, capital XT, NXT chapter. It has a Whoopi Goldberg, so just pause the video. Just
Okay. I'll just share the screen with the pause video. That way I don't get in trouble with anything. I'm not going to repeat the audio because I don't know what it is. I don't want to.
Correct.
I don't know if that's NBC or
let's just go with the what she posted.
Yeah. We'll do a little share screen of Rooney. Of course, no, we're not doing audio. Click off of that just in case I accidentally hit something. All right. So here's the post. The end. ... Peace emoji. Hashtag to the next chapter. Small E capital NXT chapter. Tasha Steele's, I just looked when I was looking at the roster page. She's still on the roster page. So maybe she's just trolling the fans. I don't know. I guess we're just going to have to wait. The only thing I've heard as far as like NXT signings lately, I heard that the former New Japan LA Dojo Carl Fredericks just made his NXT debut, and that they just signed a bunch of new like college signees, like college athletes. I have no particular names that I heard, but as far as signees, that's all I've heard lately. I haven't heard about a new class. I'm sure they'll debut a new class soon enough, which will include Carl Fredericks. Maybe Tasha's done. I'd hate to see that because she's been so good, but hey, I'm just not going to assume anything right now. We'll have to wait and see.
Kurt Stig, I love it. Y'all can't get work this easily. She just resigned a few months ago.
Oh, did she?
I believe they did. Let me confirm the time frame of it, but they did do something with her. So that's why this stuff's always all over the place.
Because I know they've put up a few like re-signings or extended contracts lately on the website, and
November of 22. So like near Thanksgiving, she said she re-signed, multi-year deal.
Oh, okay. Then she's just okay. Unless there was like some.
Unless it's maybe it's something else. Maybe it's just some time away. Who knows? Or just a tag team thing, but she's definitely playing into it pretty interestingly.
Yeah. So, and it's Royal Rumble weekend, so yeah, it's what better way to just get some shine on you than throw a little stuff out there. Well, Critical Sting, yeah, it's like you're being serious. The only thing I'm being serious about is that she put that out there, and that never assume anything in the world of professional wrestling unless it's been like confirmed online.
Well, yeah, like if somebody puts something like that out there, you at least gotta mention it.
Oh yeah,
And it could be trolling for sure, but
sure, yeah, probably just playing off of what happened on the show because she knew it was coming. So, but yeah, that's one of the fun things about wrestling, you know. So, all right. But yeah, we'll see what happens. The future of Savannah Evans and Tasha Steelz up in the air. I'm excited though. You know, if it is singles, they find new partners. Who knows? All right. Next, we got the major players versus the Bullet Club for life, baby. Had to give them some love tonight. Ace Austin and Chris Bay going up against Matt Cardona, or Mid Cardona, as some so famously like to call him. Possibly a new set, maybe future Zack Ryder. We'll have to wait and see. And Brian Myers, of course. Brian Myers did recently confirm, so I highly doubt Brian Myers is going to show up at the Royal Fumble.
correct. Not fumble.
They started.
Although there's always the option, J-Bone.
We came here for a lot of money.
Oh, there's always that money. Got to get that money. Get paid, man. That's why I always say I never judge anyone for doing anything in the business, even if they leave a company that you love them in so much. Go get paid, man. Go get paid. You know, it's what this life's all about. Not that it's all about money, but if you can get that success, go get it. So, what did you think of the match between the Bullet Club and the major players?
Oh,
It's been a bangorama.
It was.
yeah, no, I'm a big fan of this version of the Bullet Club. It's good to see Ace and Bay just getting better and better. And I have a feeling we're going to see some very good matches out of them in the near future as well. So this was good to see them get the win over the major players here, who obviously were right in there. Yeah, because they're right in there for tag contenders. So seeing the Bullet Club kind of rise up to near the top of the tag division with a future tag shot, I'm in for it. How about you, J-Bone? Are you in for the Bullet Club in the tag division?
I am. I'm
going after maybe Motor City Machine Guns at some point.
Oh, and I don't care what title, you know, whether it's the strong titles or the Impact World Tag Team titles, both, whatever. I'm here for it. It's just, you know, and I'm back and forth depending on who it is and how it feels. If it feels organic when you just kind of just put two people together like that, sometimes it gels, sometimes it doesn't. This one really is gelling. They are really getting some chemistry done.
Yeah, going to Japan was the best thing they decided to do.
That is absolutely. You took the words right out of my mouth. That is the best thing they could have done with this tag team is send them over to Japan, really get them some great work over there from veterans, some younger tag teams over there. Some of the best, honestly. I mean, you look at who was in the finals with them, with Leo Rush and I'm gonna screw this up. It's one half of the former, was it Foe and Show?
Yeah.
Show and who is it? It's one of those guys. Foe Show.
Foe Show.
It was one of those guys. But yeah. And,
Yo and Show. Yo and Show.
Yeah, that's
Thank
it.
you.
Yo and Show.
Critical Sting.
Critical Sting, of course. SHO. Yo and Show. Roppongi 3K. That's it. Yes, that was when they were the under the wing, so to speak, of Rocky Romero. Great stuff there.
And that's going to be the start. They're going to win tag titles at some point, but by the end of 2024, have both Ace and Bay had runs as world champion by then?
Oh, could be. Could
Because,
be.
like every tag team, eventually they'll split apart and then they'll feud. And I think a world title will be feuded among them at some point in Impact's main event. Because those two guys are going to be a feature of this company for years to come.
Absolutely. They are absolute staples of this company right now. They are killing it. Singles, tag team, whatever. They are killing it. And whether or not there is a major shakeup in the Bullet Club as far as leadership and whatnot, I'm hoping that these guys, that they keep them together, and that they do still have tours out there, either on the whatever the evolution of the Strong brand is across the US, or another tour or two in Japan. I can't wait to see what's up for these guys. So, yeah, bonus baby. I'm sorry, that just made sense for me that it was faux and show, but that's just that's.
Stick with it, J-Bone. Just let it go. Let it ride.
As soon as I said it, I was like, "Oh, that ain't right." But yeah, huge win over the major players, and we'll see what's next for the Bullet Club. But as far as what's in the future of the major players, play it, Bill.
Yeah, we know it was in the future of the major players. A little bit of this.
I believe in Joe Hendry.
Or should we say Edge's bitch?
Oh, just another number one hit that's going to go viral for Joe Hendry. And the fact that they had the old school pics of the Edge heads. You remember the Edge heads back in the day? That was back, 15 years?
It's a ways back at this point.
It is. I mean, that's going back towards the tail end of the Ruthless Aggression era, when Edge was having that first real big singles run.
Critical Sting really throwing down a gauntlet here. I honestly think this surpassed Access Denied, which I think many people know. I think is the creme de la creme of Joe Hendry songs parodied.
And when was that from?
Denied. That was during his first Impact run.
Okay. Oh, Primetime says 2007. Okay.
Yeah, so you got to go back. So you're talking, that's a ways back, J-Bone.
Oh my God. Mayor here. Did Chelsea Green forget to shave her arms? And her chest?
Hey, you know how she could avoid that? Manscaped. Joe Hendry, maybe give a Manscaped to Matt Cardona next time.
Oh my God. Well, hopefully she manscapes before the Royal Rumble. Oh my God. Great one right there. So yeah, they showed Chelsea Green with a robe on, like, hey, come to bed. I want some private time. And then there's Cardona and Myers playing with the little classic action. Yeah, I spend all my money on figs. It's, oh my God.
At least it was the Hasbros. It was the classic figs.
It was, just an absolute riot. And of course, Cardona and Myers just absolutely livid. which leads to the next segment of them going up the moose saying, hey, we are absolutely going to take care of this Joe Hendry problem.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm preparing for my match, but okay.
Yeah. So he kind of got a kick out of it, but he was like, all right, they get it. They're on the same page. So, maybe he'll, use that to
So at
his
least we
advantage.
know Matt Cardona is going after with Brian Myers, because I know that's still being discussed in the chat. Is Matt Cardona done? Well, he's never been officially signed to Impact. He's just always here. So he's always ready and he's always here. So
he's done everything.
We'll see. But he's always available to do whatever. That's why he's the king of the indies.
He's held
but he's still Edge's bitch.
He'll always be Edge's bitch. Him and Brian. Yeah, that was great. And like I said, I hope Edge sees that sometime tonight and gets a chuckle out of that. Thanks for sharing that with him. Apparently, it looks like it's gonna start going viral on Twitter pretty soon. So yeah, who knows what's next for him?
Hey, it's Simply Steve.
Simply Steve, what's up, man?
Oh, hey. And TJ, it's already his repost of it has 43,000 views.
Nice. Yes.
Good job, TJ.
Keep it up, TJ. Steve, I noticed you weren't on the show, man. I hope you're feeling better, man. I know you've been through some stuff lately. You take care, Steve. Much love to you. You get it too sweet from the crew. You take care, brother.
Although
Edge's
now
it's too funny.
I would say I don't think so. If anything, I think Nikki signs up. I don't think Deanna shows up. But you never know.
Or Chelsea.
Well, Chelsea, I think, because she's feels like she's gone, but under Impact contract.
Yeah. If anybody, it's So, like I said, if you guys are watching, head on over to Smash This Podcast. I'll be covering that live later this weekend.
Live?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. It won't be live. I'll be supporting some local wrestling right down the street. So
nice. What you seeing?
The Trip Dub A, the Worldwide Wrestling Alliance, the second oldest wrestling company in America. After the NWA, but they operate at the local farmers market once a month.
Oh, gotta love the farmers market. Nice.
Gotta love the farmers market. So
anyone big showing up?
I don't think at this one, but Matt Cardona did make an appearance there about a year ago.
Nice.
He lost.
That is pretty cool. You bring in the veterans to get some seats in there.
Give the kid the big win. Like that's I give credit to him. Like he is doing it the right way a lot.
Yeah. I saw now this goes back 10 plus years when the Good Brothers were just getting into the WWE for the first time. And they were leaving Japan, and they were done with their Global Force run with Jeff Jarrett. And
just because you said Global Force, J-Bone, I got to give kudos to the former Eli Drake. He did some kind of interview. Did you see this? He did an interview, I guess, from his house, like on some type of Zoom call or something. Okay. And in the background, he had belts displayed. And the Global Force Impact title was right behind him.
Oh, that's beautiful.
So the sticker on the belt. Man. He has prominently displayed. So kudos to Eli Drake.
Oh, yeah, man. Love Eli. And I still use this gimmick to this day. Smash this podcaster total. Nonstop. Impact. Still do it. Still a fave. What the hell was I talking about?
Well, you would mention Global Force there.
Oh, the Good Brothers.
Yes.
And they I completely forgot where I was going to go with that. That I ran into them.
Yeah, because you went to that Global Force show, right?
Yeah, I met them there, but then I saw them at a Brew City Wrestling show, and it was like their big show, and I saw a ton of people. That was back when Gallows was married to
The Bullet Babe. Amber.
Bullet Babe. Yeah, I got a picture with her. Greg Valentine was there. Honky Tonk Man was there.
Shake, Rattle, and Roll.
Oh, that was a great night. Met a bunch of veterans, and I completely forgot what my main point was. But anyways, we'll continue. It'll hit me later, and I'll go, "Oh man,
Oh man,
dummy, yeah, it's good stuff." Let me talk to you. All right, so here we go. Next match: Jonathan Gresham. We talked a little bit about this earlier versus Sheldon Jean. Now we'll keep an eye on that in the future. He's not on the roster page yet. Might be in the future. This was a short but sweet victory for Jonathan Gresham. Seems like they're really ramping him up for something.
yeah, and
I don't know
he
what.
needed that. He needed to get on a roll, like we talked about it after Hard to Kill. Eddie had to win that match based on it not happening at Rebellion last year.
This is
so
true.
It would have made sense, but the best thing you could do after that is get Gresham right back out there and get him back on a winning way moving forward.
Right.
So I think this was a good use of that.
And
we'll
no
see
matter,
if we see more from Sheldon Jean going forward.
Right. And no matter who it was, you're not going to get some kind of like squash. I mean, it's all subjective. You can call it what you want. Some people sure are going to call this a squash match. This was a good match. This just reminded you how good Jonathan Gresham is.
Yeah, the technical
in the
wrestling.
ring.
Yeah.
He's so, I mean, man, the gimmick is real, and he's got the mask and all the octopus legs and everything. He will twist you up like an octopus. He is unbelievable. Mayor here says J-Bone didn't hand up and say that Gresham hasn't had a great few months. Oh, that might be a reference to right before he came back. Maybe, who knows?
Oh yeah, he was pretty much on ice. He was in wrestling purgatory for a couple months.
Limbo, yeah. The former Ring of Honor world champion who came back into Ring of Honor and lost the title immediately. That was
Ring of what?
It wasn't pretty. I mean, I love me some Cesaro, but I don't think that was the way to do that. But anyways, neither here nor there. Fun match from Jonathan Gresham. We'll keep an eye on Sheldon Jean. We'll see if he sticks around or not. And then there's previews for next week, like they always do. The Golden Six Shooter, main event time. Moose, Eddie Edwards, Rhino, Sabin, Callihan, and Swann. Now, one thing I did not realize about this is that this was number one, it was elimination. Number two, there were disqualifications in this, whereas normally in a 6-person or more than 3,
no DQ.
There is no DQ. There were disqualifications in this, so that was interesting. Something a little different. Nothing crazy, but a little different.
Yeah, good job during the broadcast to give this a big match feel by all those different bumpers in and out of commercial to show the different competitors warming up, like seeing Rhino with Heath doing like, oh yeah, and then like even like you had the moves backstage, you had Rich kind of getting ready, so they kind of went to Eddie back with Lish, so
yeah.
So that's good. Like Lish kind of being like supportive back there, which was good to see. But good setup for an elimination match, and it kind of gave me, knowing Rich Swann was in this, made me remember the infamous gauntlet from Windsor years ago.
Oh yeah,
that Rich Swann kind of like he just became like that was when he arrived truly in Impact Wrestling. And he got the backstage curtain call. Did not win the match, but he took a beating.
Are you talking about when he like went through everyone and then got killed by Brian Cage?
Yeah.
And then Cage lost to Tessa. Is that what
Correct.
that was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that was and it was that was. You're not going to see that anymore. This is pre-pandemic, but. That's one thing that Callihan and Swann always did. They always had all the juices flowing. That was, you know, the goobers, the snot, whatever. It's disgusting, but it was a staple for a while. If you know Impact from 4 or 5 years ago, but now you're not going to see that as much as anymore. But yeah, that was one thing that definitely solidified Rich as a tough guy. Former world champ. These are all former world champs. And probably wouldn't have been my pick. Very interesting that he won this. I mean, this could have been anyone's game. So
it could have. You could have went almost any direction. Well, you figure Eddie was there now. Like it's like how quick do they rehash something or not? So maybe not Eddie, but then almost anybody else you could have saw going into this. Now, obviously with Rich, it's kind of face versus face, but you did see at times a little friction between Rich and Josh. Like maybe not always on the same page.
Well, Hannafin made a point to say this at the end of the match when he won, is that this is something that Rich wanted to get back. He wanted to get back to that top of the heap. He wanted to get
he never got a rematch.
Right. And he spent a lot of time away, came back, won the world championship, and that's what he lost it to Kenny Omega, didn't he? And he didn't get that. That's what you're talking about. He didn't get the rematch with Kenny Omega.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
Yeah, he lost the title, and then he never got that shot again.
So it's been a while. And we've seen the company go through some changes. I mean, that was something big when Kenny came in and had that stuff going on with AEW, and some people loved it, some people didn't love it. I think there was pros and cons to the whole thing, but nonetheless, Rich Swann is back on top. Anything specific you wanted to point out from this match? We can go over
definitely it was entertaining. I think they all brought a pretty good one. But Rich Swann, I think this is one of the things that you really see Rich Swann he works well in this style of match. Like speaking of the Rumble, he'd probably be fantastic in a Rumble. It's just multi-opponent matches. Some guys can work that style, some can't. Seems like Rich is very he has this great skill set to just naturally work with other performers, and he was able to do that here. But I have I'm on board with this. I think this should be interesting to see how they approach these two guys going at each other. when Rich is the number one contender. But you're right. He was the guy that was featured in that whole storyline with Kenny Omega, who was ranked the number one wrestler in the world during this time.
Yeah.
And it was Rich Swann as the face of Impact Wrestling. Now, obviously, Josh has now set the record for World Championship in Impact. So he's the face. But it wasn't long ago that it was Rich Swann, the face. So I think this is a deserved title shot for an Impact Plus special by any stretch. There's
sure.
no issue with it. And I know, as we talked about, like Macklin is that outside factor that we're all thinking is going to be a rebellion, probably. Is, I would say, if you had to put the odds on it, that's where that's happening.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's definitely coming. They're going to build up to that. And it actually has been quietly building for a while. He's been on a roll.
Mm-hmm.
He's been proving himself. He is going to be a force to be reckoned with. So, but yeah, one thing, we can go over the eliminations here real quick. Sabin pinned Edwards, and that was the first. Oh, no, that wasn't the first. Callihan pinned Rhino. That was the first one.
Yeah.
PCO then shows up. He's held back by a bunch of security and refs and stuff. He was all raring to go, back from the dead. That guy can't kill PCO.
He's not human.
He's not human. Nope, he is absolutely not human. So because of the distraction, Sabin pins Edwards. Moose pins Sabin after a big spear. Swann then eliminated Moose and Callihan. Now, one thing we also got to mention here is that the design came down right before that final elimination, and they were demanding Callihan to take out Swann. So there's a bigger picture here besides the world title contendership. Callihan wants to prove himself, but he's I don't know if he's all on board yet. He looked pretty reluctant to put his old buddy out of his misery. Yeah, even with a beatdown from everyone from Big Con and Alan Angels. Yeah, see, Oreo didn't like it either, did you? Nope. She just jumped into the conversation here. What? I know. Yeah, they beat the hell out of Rich Swann. I know. But remember, the good guys, that's right. The good guys always win. We had Kaz and Josh Alexander coming down to even up the odds. Oh, we can't forget Yuya Iamura. Yeah. He also had his handed to him, sadly. But that poor kid. That guy is certainly earning his bump. He's taking his bumps for the company.
He is, but I think that's going to be one where we probably look back a couple of years from now and we'll be like, well, and Yuya is like headlining a Wrestle Kingdom and be like, remember when he was at Impact?
Oh, yeah. There's definitely going to be something like that down the road because we said that about, well, not we, but you look at who used to be in Impact 10 years ago or whatever it was with Okada or Tanahashi. Did I get that one right? One of those, or Sonata. All these guys came through Impact at one point or another.
Ishimori.
Yes, absolutely. Bone Soldier. One that I hope gets a run through Impact Wrestling is this up-and-coming guy. He is a guy that I think was on Access TV following Impact tonight, the New Japan on Access TV. There was a guy in Buddha's last match in New Japan. Who was the three guys in that match? It was Tanahashi and then a new guy called Umino. I believe. That is going to be a kid to watch in the future. I got a feeling about him. Hoping he gets a run. So, nonetheless, yes, thank you, Critical Sting. That's the kid, Shota Umino. If you have a chance, go watch that New Japan episode tonight and go watch that kid. He reminds me of a young Tanahashi. So, I'm probably botching that. Maybe I'm not, but I'm talking about the ace of New Japan. Is that who that is? Tanahashi?
Tanahashi.
It is? Okay, I got it right.
Go, Ace.
Go, Ace, go. That's one name I always screw up because there's a Tanahashi and a Takahashi.
Oh, Bell's boy. He's the son of Red Shoes.
Oh.
Red Shoes, I hung out with for a bit when the Bullet Club was in the Philly area, when Tama did one of his little events, and he was there and he was at the table hanging out with us for a bit, referee Red Shoes. Nice guy, very nice guy.
Oh, you know what? One thing they did mention to him during that Wrestle Kingdom is that Shota Umino was the kid that was kind of the young boy to.
Oh yeah, that's what Bonus Baby's saying here.
To Moxley.
Moxley's young boy.
Yes. That was right when he left the WWE, just before he was getting into AEW, I believe. Yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's the
but you need a young boy.
No. I got 3 cats. I'm good. Right, Oreo?
Oreo's your young cat.
Yeah, she's my young cat. Right, Oreo? And she licks herself. Anyways, good thing she's off camera. It's like, Alicia's cat sticking her ass in the camera. It's the same but different.
Total nonstop cats.
Total nonstop cats. Yes, right. That's right. That's right. Good old Oreo. Total nonstop kitties. So yeah, overall a fun episode. New faces, some interesting rivalries, some interesting developments. I saw some positive and some negative comments online about last week's episode that some people love the pit fight, but
really some people didn't like it.
No, not that they didn't like it, but that it seemed like the episode wasn't a good Fallout episode. I thought it was fine, but that pit fight was amazing. This episode certainly was interesting. It's kind of like one of those ones where there wasn't a ton of amazing stuff in this episode, but it was one of those ones that it's like the start of some new story.
Yeah, it's a build. It's a build episode.
It is. Totally was. So you got the stuff with the knockouts with Tasha and Savannah. You got a new #1 contender. You had some great tag matches, some new faces. You had a little bit of everything in this episode. Well-rounded.
Yes. And I know, so speaking of the pit fight, I know the question was asked a little earlier. What match finished this set of tapings? And it was the pit fight for the obvious reason, as you're taking down the ropes. So you would finish with that match. You don't want to put the ropes back up again. Yeah. So, yes, that did finish it. But since I wasn't here last week, just talking about that pit fight, I've been to the GCW Bloodsport before. I was at a couple of them, which is also during Mania week.
Right.
So, the no rope setup, I think for Impact, first time doing it, I think they did it better, as good as I've ever seen. The amount of moves they were able to do outside, from the ring to the outside, is really, because the other ones were more just doing your best of the best kickboxing wrestling match on the mat.
You had to stay.
Yeah, and stay on the mat. The amount of moves and the creativity they were using in doing moves to the outside and like off the ring post, that was what was different about how Impact approached that pit fight, and which made it very, very unique and different. And I thought they knocked it out of the park, no doubt. But definitely a good build episode. And now 4 weeks of Florida coming up as we head into Sam's Town, Las Vegas, and No Surrender.
And yeah, granted, there were some spoilers that were online. So yeah, you always try to avoid spoilers if you don't like spoilers. But one positive spoiler thing is I heard some tremendous things about the crowd in Kissimmee, Florida.
Someone was asking that. The crowd, I thought the crowd did once again, hot crowd at these Atlanta tapings, but definitely Florida. I think since the returns in Pembroke Pines, and they were also in Kissimmee previously, I think this is the best. What's coming up taping wise is the best live crowd that's been in a Florida taping since the Impact Zone.
And that's what you like to see, you know? It's like, is Impact ever going to get back to that arena state? Maybe not. But if they can pick these, you know, like smaller theater type, smaller arena type settings like that, and just pack in at least 800 to just over 1,000, that still makes for a great
that's the
audible audience.
That I like Sam's Town. A lot of these venues, I think that is definitely the sweet spot in the Northeast, Philly, New York, Chicago, obviously with Cicero Stadium, as we were talking about. Like these are all the right type of venues. I know everybody wants to be like, oh, let's play a 3, 4, 5,000 seat stadium, and maybe that's somewhere in the future. But once again, I think that's a build. You build up to that because obviously the bigger it depends. I'm not going to say that because the bigger the venue, usually, obviously, you're talking a lot more expense, a lot more everything else. But you don't want to go back to that time period where Impact was running like all those college stadiums that were way too big. And honestly, because you see other companies, big companies, doing shows and they're half full. I'd rather fill a smaller venue, pretty much the capacity, than
like
half fill a big venue.
Right.
Yeah, like that's. But you see what happens. Once again, this is still relatively early into the plan. But remember, Impact is still now over 20 years old. But under this regime, it's still, and this is after almost 2 years of a pandemic into that 5-year plan. So just once again, just keep making smart decisions. Don't make bad financial decisions. Look at how much they're touring now.
Yeah.
Compared to where they were. It'll be like there's steps here. You can't be going, like, I know everyone wants to be live and be on the road every week. That's not sustainable. You're gonna lose money unless you just have a mommy or daddy that's a billionaire that wants to lose money.
Yeah.
And that's not what Anthem wants.
Exactly. Hey, we got we got Ash in the house here. If you missed it, please go check out the Facebook live media coverage that Hannafin did with Kazarian, live interview. That's where they also announced the season pass, and Ash was on that, giving a question to Kazarian. So, and please go check out Ash and her crew when they do We Talk Indies, and that's every other week. We just uploaded a show a couple days ago, so please make sure you check that out. So much love, Ash. Hope you're doing good. So anything else from this episode?
Other than we need more Johnny Swinger, everything else is good. But check out. J-Bone, have you been watching BTI?
No, I missed the last few.
Okay,
I gotta watch it.
I believe you might get some new commentary, so you should check it out.
Oh, really? Definitely. Yes. Ash was the second question of the interview. So and that was a great interview with Kazarian, I got to say, because they had several different international forums tuning in, asking questions. So that was really great to see.
Yeah, I think they
really,
I know Simon, obviously in the UK, and even Ross, I think they try to encourage a lot of international, because remember, that's always been Impact. Like, they have so many international TV deals. Like, that's one of the reasons this company has been around so long, is they're always using that. And you see, even some big companies in America struggle greatly with those international TV deals.
Yeah.
So to bring in people from all over the world to spread. Obviously, look at us with TNI UK. There's a reason. Like, we're around the country, but we're around the world too. That's what this Impact fandom is. You look at India, you look at all the different countries that listen to us on the audio. Hello, audio listeners.
Yeah.
This is not just a local or U.S. product. This is an international product.
Right. And we hope, and look, it's, it's all subjective. You can care about the ratings. You don't give a crap about the ratings. Yeah, Impact has been really down in the numbers. They've been holding strong at about 100K each week, give or take a little bit. It fluctuates there. But internationally, they get some great views. And now with this new format with DAZN, 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 hell, even AEW just announced that they're going international on DAZN. So they're getting some big wrestling names. And that's just great internationally for everyone, So
yeah, you even look like now Impact. You can watch internationally on YouTube with the premium, the Ultimate Insider stuff. But then DAZN, like, where you can't do it. So it's it's available everywhere. So I don't think I see it as much anymore. But remember, there was always the, how do I watch Impact? I can't watch Impact. What do I do? It's so easy to watch Impact now.
Well, you got to go to Mars first and then bounce off Uranus. And then, it's
a lot of bouncing off Uranus.
It's like, come on, people. Most of those are trolls, I believe.
Yeah, that's one of those things where you don't want to find it, but you want to have an opinion of not being able to find it.
Right.
If you have a working brain, you can find it.
It's so easy a monkey could do it.
Or an internet wrestling fan.
Yeah, there you go. So that's going to do it for me and Bill tonight. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. On the way out, you know what to do. Make sure you check out all the links in the description. Give it a follow. Check out the merch pages. Great sale going on once again today through the 30th. 20% off on the Spreadshirt site. Or if you don't like those kind of sites, you can always go over to PWTs and get a tee from over there. Check out Manscaped, great sponsor of ours. 20% off plus free shipping. Code TNI. Yeah, that's it. Make sure you smash that like button, smash that sub button, ring that bell for notifications. Why? So that you know when more of our content hits your screen. Say goodnight, Bill.
Good night, Bill, and J-Bone, and everybody else in TNI land.
Love the TNI land. Good night, fam. See you.